It's time for 12 Talk, and Montgomery Church is looking to make a positive impact on the youth in our community. Jonathan Givens is a senior pastor at Southside Church, which is hosting a health and wellness summit for teens. Now, Pastor Givens, as you said, this event is geared towards teenagers hoping to establish mental fitness. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, first of all, good morning, and thank you again for having me on. The 2024 Youth Summit is an opportunity for those I would denote as Generation Next to gather in a safe space for transformational conversations. Our youth across this country, but especially in our city, they face a variety of struggles. It's not easy to be a teenager in what I denote as a post-pandemic climate. It's not easy to be a teenager in 2024. I understand that our youth are exposed to so many different struggles, especially at the onset of their adolescence, that my generation and my parents' generation didn't experience until later in life. Issues such as dating violence, issues such as identity crisis, issues such as social media comparison and bullying and suicidal ideations, and the list, it just goes on. And so this summit was formed to address all of those issues, to provide a safe space for healthy dialogue across generational lines. And that's why the theme for this summit is entitled Mindfulness of or for Your Future. And what our goal is to help the youth in the River region to set their minds on the power and the potential of their future. That as long as you focus your mind, you can accomplish everything that God has for you. And my main thought that I'm going to kind of talk to them about and our presenters will deal with is that although the struggle is real, they can still survive.
I think it's so important to, I love how you're calling this a health and wellness summit, but your main objective is to address mental health, because quite frankly, what I think is so important is to include mental health into your physical health and wellness. They're really not two separate things.
No, if you get your mind right, everything else will function. One of the things that I tell our football team at Alabama State all the time is that if you work on your mental and your emotional, the physical will be great. Your future will be great. Everything you put your hands on will be great, but we have to make sure that your mind is in the right place. And if you look at the trends, a lot of our young adults, our youth are dealing with anxiety, dealing with stress, not knowing what the future is going to entail. And so our goal is to really help all of our kids set their minds on the things that are going to help them grow, to mature, to develop, to become the young man and the young woman that God has called them to be.
Pastor Jonathan Givens, thanks so much for doing such incredible and important work. That summit is March 9th. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning in Southside Church of Christ.